thought about it for years.
I think about it, but see, I go blank with it sometimes because I feel like I don't know what's out there. Honestly, like I know I should have some type of faith, and I feel like certain people can be reincarnated into certain other things, or you probably been here before prior to. That's a lot of people's beliefs. Man, when I think about it, it's a rough topic, pretty much,
right?
Cause really don't know. Like I feel like it just goes black, and everything is gone. Like that's why I feel about it.
Zane, what about you?
Oh, me? No, we were supposed to be talking about you. What's going on?
You wanted my perspective first?
Yeah, man.
I mean, shit. Hold on, let me change my. Yeah, there you go.
I would hope it's not though. I hope something is after this.
So you're hopeful of something?
Yes.
Right? Okay. But it's like, yeah, you're right. Like none of us will ever really, really know.
Cause like, who do you talk to for that?
No one.
No one knows.
Cause like, if the person that does go away, and they come back, are they able to tell you? What's the rules behind that?
Yeah, they always say like there's always those shows and stuff that people that will show you, oh, they died for a couple seconds and then they came back.
They all say the same thing.
I heard that too.
Where they see like a tunnel of light and whatnot. They all say the same thing.
I don't know if I believe them though.
But that's like when you die, your brain goes through like a euphoric like fucking tunnel of things. Like that's everybody. Like you know how you black out? Everybody's blacked out everybody's seeing the same thing when they black out, right? So when you die, it's like kind of like the same thing, but your brain like shoots its last burst. So you actually go through. See, now we get into
hold on before you go, because this guy's gonna go on another planet. And what my take will actually it might motivate yours, right? So I think, to be honest with you, like I always go through every kind of year or so. I always have different takes. So where I'm at now is I think a lot of people get turned into angels, right? I think a lot of people end up, because how I look at it is, right, so I'm a believer in God. And I'm like, yo, not no one dude or female or whatever can handle all of us. Like, that's a lot of work.
Right.
No matter how powerful you are. Like, God, right. This is my crazy thoughts. So I think he has angels. And I think that they're put out to help do the good, or whatever. So there's that part to it. But then there's also like, I do believe our soul lives on. So it's either like our soul is just there and we are, it's just soul is out there and it has nothing to do with a God or anything. And it has nothing to do with angels. But I'm a firm believer that our soul is still there, because after doing like research and listening to podcasts and stuff, and they really just are saying that your soul is like with you, but it's not in your brain. Like your soul doesn't come from your brain. Like your conscious doesn't come from your brain.
Right.
It's there. Your brain is like a filtering mechanism.
Okay.
So your soul is here, and then it goes through the brain and filters out. So my soul wanted me to move my hand like that.
I just feel like, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. And so that's just my perspective. So then I think when we die, I think all you did was cut off the train.
Okay.
But it's always there. The soul is still there in like.
But like, out of all the people that like pass, if you think about stuff like that, people that's going on to the afterlife, if
whatever it is, yeah.
It's just an abundance of spirits in the sky, nonetheless. After a while, just unlimited. There's unlimited. It's an unlimited cemetery amount of space or galaxy for us to just be living still. That's what you believe.
That's when it gets but
it's a lot of people out here. Then you get me. There's a lot of souls out here, like just here, just wondering. All right, well, I mean, I don't know.
What about what's?
No, you ready? You ready for the the brain buster? Nah, because this is what I feel like. So, other than the scientific aspect, your brain kind of shoots like the last burst. So you'll go through shit in your brain. So you'll be like, whatever you were thinking last, you're gonna go through it again. But in your brain, it's gonna make it seem like it's much longer than what it really is, until you actually start to fade out until it's done. And then that's it. And then it cuts to black. But obviously there's still more past that. It's just that we don't know what's in the past world. But we have all heard stories about like I call them waves, like kind of like radio waves, but like waves. So you see like certain souls and whatnot, like they're transitioning from our world and then in
So you
their
believe
world.
in a parallel universe?
Absolutely. They actually just confirmed one, and everybody's just quiet
That's
about
what I'm saying,
it.
But see how much has been going on this year? You just
like, what if you die and then you just, me personally, I feel like if I die here at this very point, I just wake up in my next life, which is parallel to mine, that's closest to mine.
You know how Mario brother shit that is? Like, that's mad. That'd be dope. That's, honestly, I don't know. Because would you want to be a slave to life? Or
just think, well, how far can I possibly go until the end of time? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, say, for example, I die so many times but each time I die, I'm getting closer to a different reality. But that means that reality might have figured out immortality.
See, I have I kind of have always a theory on that because my other, like I said, you always have
I call it infinium.
My other theory is that I believe in reincarnation, like kind of what you said. But I think like, okay, kind of the same thing, that the soul always lives on, but it goes into somebody else.
So instead of going into, you stay within your own realm.
Like that soul is still there, but then you go into another brain, another filtering mechanism, which is the human. Because the human mind, I think, is the transportation for the soul.
Maybe, and you just think you just erase any thoughts of life before this. Like, you just don't know you lived before.
Because memory is in the brain. It's not in the soul.
I'm understanding you.
So
based on your
if
theory,
you're a baby, you don't have your brain isn't developed yet.
So that
there's some things
you see your soul and your brain is two different things, and that's where people get confused. So it's like your soul is kind of like who you are, your essence, your movements, your like how you love, all that, and then the brain filters that.
So theoretically, that means that we never technically die, and then the people who are called old souls have been here for years. So technically speaking,
something like those lines.
Bodies are just straight vessels, and then we just
I think the body's just a vessel.
So however many people are in this world is however many people are coming back. So if this started off with 1 billion.
That's what I'm saying. What makes me special?
Exactly.
What makes me special?
That means only 1 billion is gonna keep recycling every single time.
That's what I'm saying.
So if one dies, then another vessel opens up, and you're like, we got a vacancy, and then you just go into that. So that means there's only 1 billion souls per planet.
But how do you develop that other
uniqueness?
Flesh with you have the same soul, or
same soul
when you jump into that next, I guess, body or whatever, if you will, since they have a different mind, do you change? Because of your spirit.
I think your spirit and your soul is who you truly are. But I think then like I said, your brain can affect that and can alter that. You know what I'm saying? Like just saying like if someone hit you over the fucking head.
Yeah.
So you're saying like it's an ultimate knockout?
They're altering your experience. Like right now, if you were to get hit with a head in the head with a bat, you might not be the same for the rest of your life. But your soul, who you truly are, is exactly the same. It's just that who you're now portraying yourself to be is different because someone fucked up like the fucking car.
Yeah, fork in the road type thing.
Yeah, they damaged the filtering mechanism. Yeah. That's why and it's also really interesting too. A lot of times I see people with like Alzheimer's disease and like dementia and stuff like that. Like their soul and who they are is always there. Mm-hmm. But their brain is what deteriorates, because with Alzheimer's it's basically like type 3 diabetes. Mm-hmm. It's when your brain just is shot. Basically, it's not healthy anymore. So your soul and your spirit is still there. It's still the same.
Right.
Alzheimer's isn't affecting that. That's why when they claim people having those diseases will randomly look at you and remember who you are. It's weird. It's like, wow, is that the soul? Is that the soul trying to filter through the brain a little bit more? It's fucking interesting, man.
Word. Because I don't want to think about death, but y'all just made me jump into that. And it's a thought sometimes.
It's like astral projecting.
It's scary,
at this
though.
point.
What? Can I just ask this question? What's your worst fear in terms of death? Like how you like?
What do you think?
Are you first? You're probably not afraid to die, but I must ask this question: are you afraid to die first?